Welcome to Storytime, where the shadows come alive and every story has a secret waiting to be uncovered. Sit back, get comfortable, and let your imagination wander as we dive into original stories from your host. The lights are low, and the story's about to begin.
Around the campfire ring, they tell it soft and low, about the man in black and the woman in the snow. I listen for the knock in the rafters overhead, then I sign my little death with a glowing thread. Beauty in ash, beauty in ash.
Tonight's story is The Shadow. There once was a girl, and growing up, she had always had this sense of fear. But at the same time, she was finding comfort in shadows. So when she would feel afraid, or she would feel scared, she would see a shadow, a tall, dark shadow. And rather than increasing her fear, or making her even more afraid, she found it brought her peace, comfort, and it made her feel safe. All her life she had seen these shadows and never really thought about why they were there. She never told anyone about it, never asked anyone about it. She just knew that they made her feel safe. Now, as she got older, she saw them less and less. Maybe she just found ways to make herself safe. Present day, same young woman, she begins to notice this creepy little man, foul-smelling, twisted grin. She begins to notice him following her, watching her. And as she moves throughout her day, she notices that he just continuously pops up. And she can't quite put her finger on it, but something about him makes her very uncomfortable. That childhood fear she had gotten rid of has returned. So one night, while she's walking to her car, she notices this creepy little man standing off in a dimly lit corner of the parking lot. Again, he's staring at her, watching her go to her car. She walks a little faster as she gets closer. It's just something about him. It's unsettling. Over the course of the next few days, she continues to notice him. She asks about him. Everybody kind of knows that he exists, but doesn't really know him. But after that night, when she saw him in the parking lot, she finds herself looking over her shoulder more, increasingly aware of her surroundings, who's there and who isn't. And then one day, he was standing not too far from her. And she saw it again. She saw the shadow. Just a tall, dark mass standing in the corner, just out of her line of sight. As the days pass, she began to see the shadows more often, especially whenever the creepy little man was around. She began to notice that when the shadows were around, he was more hesitant to approach her, so she felt safe again because of the shadows. As she was leaving work one night, again double-checking the parking lot like she had been doing for so many nights now, she noticed the creepy little man not too far off from where she was exiting the building. It made her feel uncomfortable, scared. She looked around, hoping to see a shadow somewhere, but there was no shadows. So she quickly walked to her car, while the little man stood there staring at her with his twisted grin. And he said to her, "I'll see you tomorrow." Made her skin crawl, made her stomach turn. She got in her car and sped away. That night she tossed and turned and couldn't sleep. Just the fear of what might happen, what he might do. Why? Why was he doing this? She couldn't figure it out. She didn't know. Every night, when she left work, she felt that fear. That skin-crawling sensation. The stomach-turning retch just from the smell of him. His appearance. The way that he leered at her. And one night, as she was getting ready to leave, she noticed a very tall, very imposing figure standing by the door. At first she thought it was one of her shadows, there to finally protect her. And instead, it turned out to be the night security guard. So she rushed over, opened the door, and asked him, "Do you mind walking me to my car?" She kind of explained what was going on, and he said, "Yeah, absolutely. Not a problem. I'll walk you to your car, ma'am." The tall man was very polite, a gentleman, wanted nothing more than to make sure that she arrived at her car safely. So as she quickly finished what she had to do for the night and locked up the door, he stood there and he waited, making sure she came out safe. And as they walked to her car, she kind of explained a little more about what had been happening and how it made her feel. Never told him about the shadows. Night after night, he waited by the door at the same time, every night, to walk her to her car and make sure that she was okay, make sure that she felt safe. And the creepy little man would stand off further and further away, keeping himself tucked out of the direct light, lurking in the shadows. She could still feel his eyes on her. Made her stomach turn. Nauseous. Sickened by the thought. One night, the creepy little man was standing a little bit closer than he usually does. Perhaps testing the integrity of our night security guard. As they approached him, he made a movement as if he was going to walk up to them, try to talk to her. The security guard stepped around the other side of the young woman and created a barrier. The creepy little man turned and walked away, visibly upset, angered by the interaction. The young woman thanked him. Her hands trembled. And he said, "Ma'am, you need not worry. For as long as I'm here and as long as you're here, every night when you walk to your car, I will be your shadow." In her haste, she thanked him and he walked away. She got into her car. And like he had done every other night, he stood there, waved as she backed up, and didn't move until she pulled out of the parking lot, as if he was watching to make sure she made it out okay. Now, as intuition tends to manifest into reality, the time came when the young woman's fears would be realized. One night, she was closing up by herself. The building was dark. She was just finishing up a few things, and then she was getting ready to head home. When she went to turn off the lights down a long hallway, she noticed a creepy little man standing at the end of the hallway. Terror instantly ripped through her body. She could feel that fear, that sense of unrest. Her stomach jumped into her throat, her heart pounding. She started to slowly walk backwards, and he only advanced. She shouted out to him, "Leave. You're not supposed to be here." He only kept walking towards her. As she backed up, breathing heavy and panicking, grasping for her purse and her keys on the counter, as she was trying to even make her way to the door, something strange happened. This thick, black mist began to fill the room around them. Her shadows, perhaps? As it did, the creepy little man continued to advance forward. In a panic, she dropped to her knees, covered her head, and started screaming, "Go away. Leave me alone. You don't belong here. Somebody help me." And then everything went black, as dark as the starless night. And then she heard a sound, and then a scream. A blood-curdling scream echoed throughout the building. She covered her ears, shut her eyes as tight as she could. Even with her ears covered, she could hear the muffled screams. And eventually everything went silent. Light began to pierce her eyelids again. When she opened her eyes, there was nothing there. No black mist, no creepy little man. Just darkness One dim, lonely light and silence. She scrambled to her feet and rushed to the door, and there waiting for her was the night security guard. Seeing that she was visibly upset and shaken, he asked her if she was okay. She told him about what had happened, and he told her, "Let's get you to your car. Let's make sure that you're on your way safely, and then I will check the building." She thanked him. As they walked to her car, she just kept going over the situation in her head again, verbalizing how she felt, what had happened, to which he replied, "You're okay. Remember, I'm your shadow, and I always have been." She stopped dead, turned and looked, and he was gone. No sound, empty parking lot. Still feeling the fear from the incident inside, she got into her car and drove away. The whole way home, she was just trying to convince herself that she wasn't crazy, and she wasn't imagining all of this. But she still felt that sense of safety, a sense of calm, the same that she felt with her shadows every time the night security guard was around. Maybe she hadn't noticed him walking away, maybe she missed him when she turned. She was in such a panic and such a haste to get out. But after that night, she never saw the creepy little man again. She never saw the night security guard again after that either. But from that day forth, just as it was when she was a child, every time she felt unsafe or uncomfortable or alone or scared, she saw the shadow. Tall, dark shadow. And every time she saw the shadows, she felt safe. She felt comfortable. She felt protected. And that's our story for this evening. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back for the next one. Have a good night, everyone. Tonight's episode, just like every other, is brought to you by Chaos and Ashes Creations. Founded in 2025, pyrography artists united with a shared vision to push the boundaries of wood burning and redefine what the medium can become. Combining creativity, precision, and an unwavering dedication to their craft, they transform natural wood into breathtaking, one-of-a-kind works of art. Each piece is meticulously handcrafted, showcasing intricate detail, rich textures, and artistic expression that elevate pyrography beyond traditional wood burning. Whether inspired by nature, fantasy, gothic themes, wildlife, or your own custom commissions, every creation reflects the passion and craftsmanship that have become the hallmark of Chaos and Ashes Creations. More than decor, their artwork is designed to spark conversation, evoke emotion, and become a lasting centerpiece in any home, office, or collection. With every burn, Chaos and Ashes Creations continues to raise the standard of pyrography, proving that fire and imagination can create truly extraordinary pieces of art.